Huwag yung kayong magkadisgrasyahan tayo niyan. Sinasabi ko madidisgrasya kayo. At madidisgrasya kayo. Hindi ako urong dito. And I said, I would stake my honor, my life, and even the presidency.
Good morning, Malacañang Press Corps. Happy Monday. Let's now have Presidential Spokesperson ROQUE. Good morning, sir.
Happy Monday, Philippines, and good morning to the ladies and gentlemen of the Malacañang Press Corps. Good news, we acknowledge for the first time the positive response that we got from the United Nations and the European Union on the signing of the Bangsamoro Organic Law. Of course, we're one with the whole world in praying that the Bangsamoro Organic Law will pave the way for lasting peace in Mindanao. Good news also, the Philippines has made positive development in terms of trade logistics. According to the 2018 World Bank report, the Philippines climbed up to 60th place among 168 countries with a score of 2.9 on Logistics Performance Index. This is comparably higher than the 2016 rank of 71. The study entitled Connecting to Compete 2018 Trade Logistics in the Global Economy provides data on how easy or difficult it is in the surveyed countries to transport general merchandise. There are 6 indicators of the LPI, namely customs, infrastructure, international shipments, logistics quality and competence, tracking and tracing, and timeliness. Also, more halal products are expected to be exported in the United Arab Emirates as a result of an agreement between the Department of Trade Industry and United Arab Emirates Authority for Standardization and Metrology. The Memorandum of Understanding was signed by the DTI through the Philippine Accreditation Board and the United Arab Emirates Authority for Standardization and Metrology last week to ease technical barriers on trade. The MOU lets PAB-accredited halal certification agencies. This is a big boost to the country's growing halal industry, noting that annual halal export average may reach up to $1.4 billion this year compared to the previous year's average of only $800 million. Questions?
Sir, welcome muna natin ang guest natin, Ms. Nora Lucman Dipatuan, na Municipal Treasurer ng Calanogas, Lanao del Sur, Mother of Mayor Mohaimen Lucman ng Lanao del Sur. MPC questions.
Welcome, ma'am.
Maricel Halili, TV5.
Hi, sir. Good morning. Sir,
Good
may we
morning.
have your statement about the SWS survey showing that the net satisfaction rating for cabinet officials went down from 28 to 25?
Well, I haven't seen it myself, no, but offhand, of course, the cabinet will take note of this survey. We will strive to improve the delivery of services. But I note also that in the SWS, virtually everyone in government got lower scores. No? But we will try better in the coming days, and we will probably have this will probably be included in the next agenda meeting on the 6th, no? On ways and means to communicate better the achievements of the cabinet.
Sir, where do you think we can attribute yung pagbaba ng net satisfaction?
Well, I have no idea because I haven't seen the survey, no. But it would be good for the cabinet to discuss this on the next cabinet meeting.
Question? Ina Andulong.
Good afternoon, sir. This is on the BOL. This early, the President already expressed openness to amending the BOL, at least as he said it doon sa speech niya before the fire victims in Holo. If daw po, there are some sectors who may be not satisfied with it. Was he referring to any specific sector na palagay niya hindi mag-agree? And also maybe referring to specific provisions that he believes or thinks might still not be acceptable?
Well, number one, let's wait until the final Republic Act is released by the Office of the President and Congress, no? Because although it's been signed, the copy of the enrolled bill has not been publicly released, no? So I'd like to see the version of the law. O, meron na ba kayong kopya? Meron na ba? I'm sorry, nauna na pala kayo. Kailan release? weekend na-release na yung RA form na. Okay, so it's been released, no? So let's wait for it to be effective. It has to be published in 2 newspapers of general circulation and the official gazette before we talk about that. No? But I think the general sentiment of the President is if there are those who want to object because of specific provisions, we're open to reviewing the specific provisions. No?
Hindi po ba dapat, sir, nauna na yung consultation to avoid this kind of scenario?
Nako, nagkaroon po ng napakadaming consultations. No? Ayan po, nandito po yung ating bisita. Napakadami pong consultations. No? Kaya lang po talaga yung pinuntahan ni Presidente sa Hulo, maraming tumututol sa Sulu just because traditionally Sulu does not want to be part of it. No? But I think things have changed. I think this is already the 4th or 5th trip of the President to Hulo Sulu. I don't think any other president has made this many trips to Sulu. And I think the message to the President is he really wants to reach out to the people of Sulu and he wants lasting peace to include Sulu.
So it's not to say that maybe the BOL's enactment was rushed because the President did want this to be a key part of his SONA.
Well, you know, it wasn't really rushed. It's been there. It's been pending. It took us almost a year to discuss the BOL. There's been substantial consultations. I note that, you know, the President even called members of Congress and Senate, if I'm not mistaken, at least 3 times to the palace. No? And although, you know, nothing is perfect. And of course, the BOL assigned into law is a result of compromise. So all that the President was saying was if you have specific complaints, we're open to discuss these complaints with a view of possibly amending further the law.
Thank you, sir.
Raymond Tinasa, follow-up.
Sir, doon sa same speech niya, parang binanggit niya na he's not yet, hindi pa niya nakausap si MLF Chairman Nur Miswari after mapagtibay yung Bangsamoro Organic Law. And he said na he's willing to give autonomy if Nur Miswari would ask that. So, does that mean na the President is open to grant or give Nur Miswari's group with the same like to the MILF, the regional autonomous region?
Well, I think he's reaching out specifically to Nur Miswari. And he's willing to listen to Nur Miswari and he's listen to accommodate some of Nur Miswari's wishes if it can be accommodated. No? But as of now, I think it's just really a strong message that if you're not happy with BOL, come talk to me.
Yes, sir. Another also strong message when he invited the Abu Sayyaf terrorist group to negotiate. So does that mean that the government is now open negotiating to terrorists?
Well, you see, that's the problem when I don't go with the President. I really did not see how he mentioned it. No? So in fact, foreign media was asking me about the lapu-lapu, no? But there was also a reference in the transcript on lapu-lapu, the fish. No? So I don't really know how to read the President's statement. Again, it was a Sunday. That's why I didn't go to Hulo. I don't know what day it was. No? But I couldn't go. But I think what he's saying is, in the same way that he has been accepting surrenderies from the MLF and MNLF and NPA, he's willing to accept surrenderies from the ASG. So what he means is surrender and you will be given a new lease on life. No? That's as far as I understood the totality of what the President said on the basis of the transcripts.
So it doesn't mean, well, from your end, necessarily going to the formal negotiating table as we are doing with the NPA and the MILF.
Well, I think he's talking about the fact that we have, in fact, recognized ASG surrenderies lately. No? So it's really an enticement for the ASG to surrender.
Thank you, sir.
Questions? Ace Romero.
Regarding again sa BOL, what were the provisions being referred to by the President when he was saying that he's open to modifications of the BOL?
I do not know specifically what he was referring to, but we all know that Sulu traditionally is a bastion of opposition for BOL. So he's willing to sit down with Sulu and talk about possible amendments.
But of course, such amendments would again require congressional action.
Of course, like any law, it would have to require congressional action.
So baka matagalan, hindi kaya matagalan kasi
Hindi
ang
naman po,
haba
kasi
nung...
for now we have the BOL. So let's see whatever changes they may want from the BOL.
Na-clarify na ba, Sec, yung di umano hindi daw nagtataglay nung pirma ni GMA yung sa ano?
Sa akin
BOL?
po, wala akong problema yan. Believe you me, sanay na sanay po yung mga tao sa PMS at saka sa Kongreso kung anong gagawin. So, hindi po yan magiging infirmity, no? Yung ganyang mga bagay. No? And that's easily cured. Wala pong problema yan.
Thank you, Sec.
Joseph Morong.
Magkaroon pa ba ng signing sa Malacañang? Well, ano na lang siguro, ceremonial or ceremony.
Well, alam
to
niyo si
commemorate.
Presidente talaga hindi marunong, mahilig sa seremonya. You could imagine what the ceremony that the previous administration had on the BBL that was not passed. No? Ito, BOL na napasa. No? I would personally want to see a ceremony and I would like to invite all the stakeholders, but it's not my decision. So I'll find out today what the decision of the President will be. No? I'll also find out from PMS if they have a date scheduled for a ceremony of sorts. But I think we deserve one.
Sir, syempre the ball now is with the COMELEC, no? Kasi earliest time that they can set the plebiscite is 90 days, 3 months, no? So any instructions to the COMELEC to make it happen, plebiscite?
Well, of course, the COMELEC is an independent constitutional body. No? I don't think it's proper for the President to instruct them. They know their legal duty now that the law has been passed, but it has to be effective. We have to wait for the publication before the law becomes effective.
Thank you, sir.
Questions? Joyce Balasio.
Sir, regarding lang po sa sinabi ng Tulfo na hindi sila magsusoli ng 60 million, kahit mamuti na raw ang mata, yung mga maghihintay.
Well, unang-una po, matagal ko nang pinangako ito kay Mon, no? Tulfo. Yung mga nangako naman po, 2 Tulfo. Kaya naman sabi ko kay Mon, wala kang magagawa, Tulfos pa rin yan kasi 2 sila, no? Plural. So, si Ben at saka si Wanda, no? So, hindi ko alam kung sino nagsabi yung hindi sila magbabalik. Now, since Ben said hindi na sila magbabalik, so be it, no? Ang huling deklarasyon po ng Presidente dyan, and I asked him explicitly, is we will let the legal process proceed. Let the legal process proceed. Let those liable be held responsible.
Raymond? Related Ace and then Joseph.
But what's the comment of the palace regarding the plan of Senator Trillanos to file, I think, plunder case against the Tulfos for their supposed refusal to return the money?
Well, the matter is in fact within the cognizance already of the Ombudsman. So that would be treated as a second complaint. But as far as I know, before her retirement, Ombudsman Conchita Morales said she had already commenced investigation into this matter.
Joseph Morong.
So there's a report from one of our reporters na sabi ay may binigyan na cut sa 2 tao.
Dapat po lahat yung binigyan ng cut mapasama sa demanda. Sino ba ho yan? Sino? Well, kung sino po lahat yan, ilabas lang po pangalan, I'm sure dapat po maimbestigahan sila.
Questions, MPC? Raymond Tenasa.
Sir, doon sa Train 2, I understand you've been saying, and even the Department of Finance, na mas gagalingan, paigtingin pa yung pagpapaliwanag sa mga senador na malamig at ayaw i-sponsor yung panukalang batas. Sir, parang hindi naman sila pinanganak kahapon lang na hindi naintindihan pa yung kung ano yung konteksto ng yung corporate income tax na sinusulong sa Train 2. Do you think there is other consideration of factors of the senators not to sponsor or proceed with the passage of the Train 2?
Well, of course, it's an election year. So, natatakot siyempre kung sino man yung tatakbo sa eleksyon, lalo na yung mga re-electionista, on passing another tax bill. Pero uulitin ko po, kakaiba po itong tax bill nito. Hindi po ito nagpapataw ng bagong buwis. Ito po yung magpapataw ng mas mababang buwis para hindi naman tayo pinakamataas na corporate tax sa buong Asia. So, kakaiba po itong Train 2. So, wala pong dapat ikatakot. I-explain lang natin sa taong bayan na hindi makakaapekto ng negatibo to sa taong bayan na sa sambayan ng Pilipino.
Medyo parang matigas sila. So, meron ba kayong, kumbaga parang way para mahimas yung mga senador para i-consider nito, knowing that the President wants it to be passed come December this year?
Again, it's correcting their misconception that we are levying new taxes. We're not. We're making it easier for corporations to operate. We are reducing tax burden on corporate tax filers.
Maricel Halili.
Hi, sir. Sir, may we have your statement on former President Noynoy Aquino's interview last Saturday, questioning yung statement ni Presidente dun sa kanyang SONA, saying na how can you separate human rights from human lives?
Well, alam nyo, the President goes by what he says. He is pursuing the drug war because he values human lives. If the construction of many is that human life is the same or forms part of human rights, then so be it. That proves my point. The President is espousing, protecting, advancing human rights if you view human life as part of human rights. No argument there. And I wish he did more also in protecting human life, no? Because it was during his administration too that the UN also noticed that we were in breach of our obligation to right to life, especially on the killing of journalists as well.
Meaning, sir, he didn't do...
Meaning,
more
as a
efforts
former
for-
president, he shares partly in the blame for this culture of impunity.
And one thing more, sir, sabi ni former President Aquino na ano pa yung point ng pag-upo ni former President Gloria Arroyo as House Speaker, considering na this will be her last term. So very minimal na rin naman daw yung magagawa niya sa Congress. Your view on
You know,
this?
I really cannot comment on that because I had ceased to become a member of the House, and that was a decision made of the House. The former president was also a former member of the House. Siguro pareho na kaming non-congressmen, nagsalita na yung mga sitting congressman, respetuhin na lang po natin ang desisyon ng ating mga mambabatas.
Okay, Joy.
Sir, any thoughts of the President regarding sa sigalot sa loob ng PDP laban? Magpapatawag daw siya ng caucus. Kailan po kaya?
Okay, yan po ang narinig kong sinabi ni SAP, pero I don't think it's really proper for the presidential spokesperson to comment on intra-party disputes of the PDP, noting that PDP itself has a spokesperson. Maybe both factions will have a spokesperson. So, of course, SAP go had to comment because he's an officer of PDP Laban, no? But for me, I'd rather defer to the party officials to comment officially on whatever is happening within the party. The only thing that the President stressed when I consulted him on this regard is I remain chairman of PDP Laban. Yun lang po.
Okay, follow up, Hannah.
Sir, balik po kay House Speaker Gloria Arroyo. Sinabi din kasi ni former President Noynoy Aquino na may kinalaman si Pangulong Duterte sa pagkakaluklok daw kay GMA as House Speaker po.
Well, paulit-ulit na po ako, no congressman can ever attest to that fact. So, yun po. I don't know where President Aquino got his information, but more or less, I'm in contact with the President, and I can assure you that he did not take any steps to influence either way the choice of leadership in the House.
Sir, last on my part, sir, yung tungkol po dun sa case po ni Paco Larrañaga, may balak po daw silang humingi ng clemency kay Pangulong Duterte. Meron na po bang nakipag-usap po from their camp po sa Office of the President?
No information po. I read that news, and I said I have no information to confirm nor deny, but the power to grant clemency, of course, is an executive power. That will
Joseph.
have to go through the Board of Pardon and Parole, no, within the DOJ.
Okay, Joseph. Then last question na tayo kay Chona.
Sir, sa Boracay, no? LRWC, I think last week said that the plan to build a casino there is still on track because they have a provisional license and they're just waiting for Boracay to open. How does this fit with the statement of the President, even Secretary Simatu, that no casino will be put up in
I
Boracay?
don't think any private entity should test the political will of the President on the issue of casinos in Boracay. The President has said no, and I would hope they would respect that as part of executive power. Noting that the provisional license is not a license itself, it is conditional, it is provisional, it is subject to the happening of conditions which will never be fulfilled because the President has said he will not allow it.
Okay, thank you.
Chona, you? Microphone, Joseph.
Thank you. Sir, good morning. There's a statement from CONCOM that they're planning to tap ASEC Mocha Uson for information dissemination on federalism. You being part of that information dissemination group, anong assurance that the information will be reliable being relayed sa public, considering na marami siyang issues sa fake news and...
Well, that's a statement from the CONCOM po. I leave it to them to clarify their position. I cannot speak for the consultative committee.
Pero sir, di ba part kayo ng information dissemination?
As spokesperson, I am, but I'm not part of the consultative committee. They have their own spokesperson.
Okay, Bernadette Nicolas.
Sir, follow-up lang po dun sa tanong ni Ms. Chona. Pero sir, di ba ipapresent po sa inyo ng CONCOM yung con-plan po nila about it po within this week po?
Well, actually, they have a con plan, but we have a broader con plan. The lead agency here, because of the limited life of the constitution of the consultative committee, which expires this August 6, if I'm not mistaken, the initiative is now being led by DILG, okay, and PCOO, and my office insofar as I will be part of the dissemination team. No? But it's DILG that is the lead agency in this regard.
So sir, wala po kayong say about it po, yung regarding sa pagtap po ng CONCOM kay Mocha?
Well, decision po kasi ng consultative committee on, and they have their own spokesperson. No? So I'd rather that you consult the spokesperson of the consultative committee.
Question?
So what are your thoughts, sir, about Mocha being tapped as to help the info drive po sa federalism campaign?
Anyone is welcome to disseminate. Of course, we seek to come up with standardized dissemination materials so that no one will deviate from the messaging. So we're developing materials for disseminators, and we're formulating a module to train first the trainers, and we're developing a module for dissemination so that anyone who will follow the module can disseminate properly.
Okay.
Other issue po, sir. Dun sa EO naman po, sir, on FINL po, yung foreign investment negative list po, kailan po kaya...
Hindi pa nga lumalabas eh. No? I'll follow it up because I think I follow this up also. No? At hindi pa lumalabas. And Secretary Pernia, I think, also said that that's a matter of urgency. Well, if nothing happens between now and August 6, I will bring it up in the cabinet meeting, the status of the negative list. Okay?
Okay, sir. Sir, last na. What's the reason po kaya for the 2-month delay of the signing of the EO on FINL po?
Siguro pinag-aaralan lang naman.
Wala naman po bang apprehension si President regarding sa mga nakalagay po dun sa ginawang EO po nila Secretary Pernia po?
Wala naman po kasi ang procedure naman dito, even if it comes from the cabinet, it's submitted to PMS and it's again subjected to study, not only technical but also legal. No? So yun po yung mga proseso. Noting that my own EO in my office has not been issued. So medyo matagal po talaga ang mga proseso minsan.
Okay, sir.
Okay?
Sige, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Sir, last question, Maricel Halili.
Sir, last question. Sir, actress Alice Dixon posted a video on her Instagram account roaming around Boracay. So do you see any violation of this?
Well, hindi ko po alam kung ano yung konteksto na roaming around Boracay siya. There's even a swimming zone in Boracay, no? So first, for residents. So hindi ko po alam kung ano yan, kung when it was taken. So I'd rather not comment, not knowing the circumstance. Okay?
Thank you.
Maraming salamat po. See you tomorrow.
Okay, thank you, Presidential Spokesperson Harry Roque, Malacañang Press Corps, back to our main studio sa Radyo Pilipinas and People's Television Network.
Okay. Thank you. See you tomorrow.
Ay, talaga!